The game is set in the tit. Hello and welcome to the new series. It's so new that we don't even have an intro yet. Amazing. Anyways, hello. This is Indievelopment, where we take a gander at the wondrous, sometimes hellish, world of indie games in development. In this series, we will introduce interesting fledgling games ready to burst out of developers' brains and into your game library. Hopefully. I'm Chad, your host, and for the first episode, we'll be looking at an RPG Maker game that we hold dear. RPG Maker games usually get a bad rep for being derivative, low effort, and probably made by a kid who just decided to make a fanfic game because they're bored one summer afternoon. Anyway, there is no shortage of results when you Google bad RPG Maker games. But sometimes, flowers can bloom, even from, manure. Enter Lawmage Academy, an indie RPG project that is made using RPG Maker. The game dev Verinius is a budding game developer, and this is his first ever dip into the game development world. Even more impressive is that, despite this, the game was top role-playing game on itch.io. Furthermore, it was the most awarded game in the RPG Maker Game of the Month Jam, and it was on Game On's 2019 finalists. So what does Lawmage do that makes them stand out from other RPG Maker games? Is Lawmage your next indie game? Well, let's find out. Let's start with the game's setting. The game is set in the titular Lawmage Academy, a wizard school not unlike Hogwarts of Harry Potter. In the start, you're greeted with what seems to be a talking book, setting up the world of Magus Gaia. Then the book will ask you questions. Depending on how you answer these questions, you will be placed in the appropriate house. Yes, a house. Again, not unlike Hogwarts. You wake up realizing it's a dream and you go on with your normal Lawmage in training in life. You go to classes, you learn spells, but things aren't as they seem in Lawmage Academy. As you progress, you will uncover the secrets of the Academy and the world of Magus Gaia. The story so far is engaging. There is mystery, and it sucks, but in a good way. Because if you look at the demo as a trailer for the game, it works as a good trailer. It cuts off right when it introduces the intrigue and mystery and leaves you wanting more. The game feels alive with all the characters that dot the game. Get it? Dot? Cause pixel art? Please laugh. It really does feel like a school with all the varied professors, the hierarchy of said professors, the classes, and the varied classmates that you have. Even NPCs have unique personalities, showing that the developer took care with giving each NPC a role to play and teaching the player certain things either about the gameplay or about the world.
Talk to that handsome fellow.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Chad. I just finished apple. It is good for you. You get one from the record. Oh, you can just take that?
Hopefully the developer delivers with living up to the mystery and intrigue in their future writing. I also look forward to learning more about your fellow students and your party members. They seem like very interesting characters, especially Ein. That guy's a hoot and holler.
I'm sure I'm not the first person in history to fail Potion Craft 101.
Narrator, he was.
Oh, God damn it!
Lawmage Academy is a story-heavy, turn-based JRPG type game. It's RPG Maker. Of course it's an RPG, some of you may say. But Lawmage Academy does make the effort to separate itself from the rest. Lawmage Academy's battle mechanics has a break system that is quite similar to Persona or Shin Megami Tensei's battle system, where strategically hitting an enemy's weak point can put your team at an advantageous position, other than just an increase in damage, like, let's say, Pokemon or something. Outside of the battle and action, there are many gameplay elements and mechanics that can be explored. Speaking of Persona, Lawmage also has a day and night cycle that operates much like Persona. You have quite a lot to do within a day, and the limit forces you to make a choice of what is valuable to your play. As you play, you can also recruit friends and classmates in order to help you on your journey. They all have unique attack type, specialties, and magic affinities that each bring a unique advantage in battle. Again, like Persona, increasing your bonds with your friends is important as they can learn powerful techniques. The more you interact with them and help them discover themselves and what they can do. Power of friendship, fuck yeah. And of course, let's not forget, you are a student in the Lawmage Academy. You came here to learn Lawmage spells, implying that you don't know any. So you actually have to study to learn your spells. Crafting can also be done in your downtime. You can craft charms, potions, and items to help you when you decide to actually leave for missions. And speaking of missions, Before you go out for your main mission, you can talk to people on campus and check if anyone needs help. This will start your side missions. These will reward you with various items, spell tomes that will most likely help in your journey as a Lawmage student. One complaint I do have with the gameplay, as it is that it does kinda take long to get into the main gameplay. Introducing the world and the tutorials takes up a lot of time. This is okay for most seasoned JRPG players, like me, who are used to like exposition dumps and stuff, but if the developer's goal is to reach as many people as possible, I think they need to either streamline the tutorial or give a taste of the main gameplay elements earlier on. Maybe a battle early on, except that they have an OP character in the party, something like that? I don't know. Game developer, what do you think? Moving on to the aesthetics. The aesthetics would include art, music, UI, and the cohesiveness of all these in relation to the themes of the game. First off, the character portraits are anime stylish, but their in-game models, the ones that you see like on the game screens like in battles and overworld map, are pixel art. From earlier versions, the game has slowly been transforming from default RPG Maker assets to original work. And this is a theme that isn't just found in the character art, but also the music and the UI. The developer learned pixel art and made the battle sprites and overworld map sprites themselves. And it looks amazing compared to the generic looking older versions. The fact that the developer has only been doing pixel art for a year is also quite impressive. The character portraits are a contribution from a fan of the game. They look amazing, although if I may nitpick, some of the characters don't look as old as they should. The battle theme, main menu theme, night music, study music, fanfare, and game over theme are all original works made especially for Lawmage Academy. The BGM fits neatly into the scenery, isn't grating to the ear, and the fight music is intense and prepares you for the battles. The exposition cutscene music is subdued to give you space to take in all the information that it gives you about the story in the world. And overall, they have that magical fantasy vibe that fits very well with the theme. The menu UI has a book feel. It has a lot of bookmark looking elements, and the menu in the background has a parchment color to it. The look puts it in line with the scholarly academic environment that the game is supposed to convey. It's a huge improvement from the default menus that we were used to in a previous version. And there it is. Overall, the aesthetics of the game are very cohesive and contribute to the overall feel of being a fantastical world of magic and law mages. If one thing is important for Indievelopment, it's the development health of the game. We're looking at indie games in development, and as much as possible, we want to find a game that'll most likely be finished. A lot can happen in a developer's life that may stop them from making a game, but we'll judge this category by how much it has been updated, how often it's been updated, and how often the dev posts on their socials about the game. The game has been in development for 3 years now. Verinius is the only developer that's working on the game and has done most of the work for those 3 years. Recently, he has received quite a bit of support for the game, receiving art and music from his supporters. 5 demo versions have come out since then, each version coming out 6 months after the previous. For a solo developer, this is quite impressive. The game developer also has a rough schedule of posting new assets and updates to whatever they're working on in their social media. The developer says that they do updates on their socials at least once a week. This obviously tells us that the game is still alive and well, and it's on its way to more demo updates. The development of this game is quite healthy and barring any substantial deviation from the devs' plans, because life. I see this game continuing a smooth, healthy pace for the foreseeable future. This game is obviously made with a lot of love, effort, sweat, and tears. A work of a developer who has an idea and very much wants to get it out there for people to experience. There's obviously a lot of thought put into the story, characters, design, and all that. The developer also goes out of their way to update players and fans, looks at streams, takes criticisms, and try to improve player experience. While the full version is still a ways away, I recommend Lawmage Academy for JRPG fans. Support them on itch.io, wishlist the game on Steam, drop your opinions, criticisms, and suggestions. I'm sure the dev would appreciate it. If you want to look at the new developing game made with character and love, Lawmage Academy gets a recommendation.